So for today, it's very funny. I wrote something down. It's easy for me, otherwise I forget. You have asked me to do something with kinesiology and with perception. And it's very funny. When you look at a fight and you analyze that with the themes of perception and kinesiology. Because before you end up in the neutralization of an attack, there's happening a lot on perception level. What it means, we come to that, but it's outreaching, listening, joining, following, they are all principles. And only in the last part, in neutralizing the attack, then we end up in the kinesiology and biomechanics. But when you look at how we train most of the time, we invest a lot of time in biomechanics, how we can manipulate the body and stuff like that. But before we end up there, there's happening a lot. So what we are going to do today, of course we end up here. But I want to first go with you to this principles. And before we do that, I want you to do an experiment. So choose a partner, make couples. Yeah. So, because as most of you know, I'm also a scientist. So I always like to check if the things I'm doing are also working for me. And in Systema, I think there are a lot of exercises which are nice, but you have to wonder whether they are good for you. Otherwise, you might ending up in a situation in which you become good at something which is very bad for you, for your body, for your mental health. So I always like to check when I do an exercise: is it working? Does it feel right? So what I want you to do is just to work freely. So he is going to push like that, and just go to work. And don't mind whether the techniques are working, but feel how you are doing it. So don't look at, oh, it's working or not. That's not the point. I want to feel, how does my body feel when he is attacking me? Just feel and work with him. That's okay, but I find it more important that you feel how your body is feeling while you're doing that. After that we are going through the exercises, and then we are going to work again like that. And do we notice a difference? Yeah? That's the scientific part here. Yeah? Okay, so just work freely. Please so and there are some. Is it okay for you if I teach in English? Yeah? Before we can actually deal with feeling the other one, the body of another person, you need to be very clear about how you feel your own body. If you don't feel your own body in a correct way, there is nothing to feel in the other one's body, because I can feel his body through my own body. So when he starts to move, I feel his movement through my own body. If there is a negative part in my body, I may feel something negative in him, but maybe he is not negative at all, but I am negative. So I need to be very clear in what's of his and what's of mine. So we are going to move just on the floor. So you just lay down, and start to stretch. You know, like you wake up in the morning. When I look at the face of some of you, some are just awake, but so just stretch and breathe a little bit. from there start to move. So turn towards the front of your body. Just continue with that. Just stretch, roll around a little bit. Okay, stop for a moment and just listen to your body. And feel, for example, how your body makes contact with the floor. Is there a difference between the right side of your body and the left side of your body? If you have that feeling, just continue again, but make the movement a bit more complex. If you can do the rolling, do the rolling. If you know other stuff to move on the floor, just do it. Yeah? Go ahead. Okay, and lay down and feel again. And always compare. So compare how you lay down now on the floor with the moment before. And don't try to judge in the sense, is it correct or incorrect? It's just the way it is. Okay, and come up. And try to sit like this. Okay, we are going to do a simple exercise. And I'm doing it because I see that a lot of you most of you put in a lot of effort when you move. So we're going to exercise in movement, and from there we work. The movement is like this. From this position, we're going to lay down. We move to the other side, and we move up. And we sit like that. And then from here, go down to the other side, and up. Just do it. Okay, go ahead. Okay, now with the same exercise, try to make it as light as possible. So I see some of you moving a bit like, especially here. Yeah, this is okay. And then, yeah. So try to feel a movement in your body which allows you to do it effortlessly. Yeah? There is a way. If you just follow the movement, so don't do this. So from here, try to come, because then you use your muscles. Like this. But if I follow this circular movement like this, it's just here, you see? And I'm just coming up. Yeah. So if you combine that with your breathing, then it should be rather okay. So try it. So if this exercise is still difficult for you, keep it there. For the ones who are able to go further, try now this. So from here, you go around, up, you continue to the other side, and you go again. Yeah, so you switch from here, there, and then again. Yeah? If you get dizzy, just switch to the other side, and it's the same. Yeah? So switch your knees to the other side, and then continue. Yeah? Go. This one direction. Again, I think in Sistema, but in my teaching anyway, always keep at the level where you are. So if the instructor goes further than you are, just stay where you are and try to make it as good as possible before you go further. Yeah? So for the ones who say, well, I just get this a bit, I like to stay with this exercise, fine. It's the principle, not the technique. For the ones who like to go further, this exercise I call Dutch windmill, because I'm from Holland, so yeah. It's in fact also the circular movement again, but like a windmill. So like this. Yeah, all the way around. So it's for the ones who are already involved in system a long time. It's in fact this switch with the legs. So we start with that one. So if I want to go to my right, I don't switch like this because that takes a lot of muscle energy. You see? I need to use my muscle to go to that one. But when I kick this leg just to there, my hip is doing the work. So also when you do Japanese martial arts, which involves a lot of hip movement, this is a very good exercise because it forces you to use your hip movement. You see? When I want to go through, just switch under, and again the hip creates the movement. Yeah? So when I want to go to my left, I use my left leg under, there. And I continue under. Yeah? So first try that. Yeah? Go ahead. When I sit up, I see one point. So if you sit like this, you see one point in front of you. Then you lay down, and you just continue to one side. Yeah? If you can go around, you go around. You continue to one side until you are in a 45-degree angle. Something like this. And then but you keep your head focused on that point. So every time I go like this, I need to go back. Because this exercise is actually, you have to imagine you have a gun. Yeah? Gun here. So I need to switch. I need to go with the gun again there. Yeah? So keep one focus point. If you start turning around, we just agree that you have to make the full circle until you're there again. Yeah? Because some people are going straight, other people are going around. If you go around, so if you make a circle like this, then you have to continue the circle until you're there. And then you switch. Yeah? And make it every time more effortless. So you think, but this is more like that, you know. Yeah, try to make it. If you get this, you start more. Okay, go. Again, if you want to stay only with this because it feels good, it's okay with me. If you want to challenge a bit more yourself, try to use your arms in the circular movement. That means I need to create space here for my arms to pass. Yeah. Here also. Yeah, so I can't keep contact with the floor, otherwise my arms can't go on. Yeah? So I need to create space. Space. So my arms follow my legs more or less. You see? Yeah? So try. If it's not working, it's also okay. But try to avoid this. So if it's not working, I have to do it. That's not a principle. I prefer that you do this, then a couple of times more, and then you force yourself and doing this. Okay? Go. This one, and the windmill. Until you are up at the other side. If you do it correctly, you end up at the right side. So then you start again with this one. Here, up, go to the other side, and then continue with the windmill, and you end up at the other side, see? If you do it correctly. If not, it's also okay, but you have to find something else. Yeah? So combine the two movements. Huh? Try. Body again. So how do you your legs make contact with the floor? The upper body, your head, your arms. Try to remember how it felt before. Are there differences? And again, don't analyze in right or wrong. It's just the way it is. Okay. So actually by doing this, we did a lot of things. We worked with our body, with stretching, breathing, but we also actually trained a couple of movement principles. Like sliding, this sliding, rolling, pivoting. So we're going to try that with a partner later on. There is one principle I would like to practice with you. Because it has to do also with the way we walk and the way we use, for example, our knees. So, Peter and I know each other from a long time ago, and in this karate system we practice these. We had this exercise in which you have to do this. Remember, because we had to do it a lot of times. So, I would like you to do this. So keep your hands like this. And just knee, but again, the whole day we are working, don't focus on how to do the technique, but what does your body do to make it able for you to do the technique? So feel, how do I execute this technique? What am I doing? So it's like you want to touch someone there with your knee, you know? Yeah, someone yeah. Okay, so when I look at the bodies, I see that most of you are pulling. I exaggerated a bit. So we are taught like that. There is a tree in the ground and you have to pull it up. Yeah? I would like you to do it different. So, to make the principle clear, just take your push-up position like this, but on your knees. So, what I want you to do is to lift your right hand like this. Yeah, that's all. It's a secret technique. And to now the left hand. So, okay. Now feel. So we are going to lift the right hand again, but try to feel what's happening in your left hand. What's happening?
I'm sinking in.
Yeah. There's more, when you lift your right, there's more pressure in your left. It should be. If not, you have to go to the hospital. Yeah? So try if that's also the other way around. So if you lift your left, is there more pressure in your right? Okay. I see most of you do it. Okay. So now, instead of putting the focus on lifting, try to focus on creating more pressure in your left, and look what's happening with your right hand. So instead of lifting your hand, put more pressure in your left hand. More pressure, and see what's happening there. That's the principle of pushing. Okay, now stand up. So now again back to the knees. So instead of pulling, so if I make the knee with my right, instead of pulling, try to create more pressure in your left foot. Like that. So sinking in the other foot. Just look what happens then. If you understand this, you understand the basic principle of systema walking. You know, a lot of people, they walk around. But this is not systema walking. Look what's happening with my heels. It's like putting brake every time. Brake. You know, when I brake in the car, it's like this. Systema walking is midfoot strike. Some of you are running, marathon or something. It's a new fashion to run midfoot. Yeah? So that's one. So not on your heel, but more in front of your foot. That's one. The second one is, instead of lifting every time your foot, create pressure in the other one. So if I put my foot, there is already pressure there. So why lifting the other one then? If pressure in this foot is already creating space for that one. So if you walk with pressure instead of pulling, so you push to the floor. If you push to the floor, your other leg is already coming up. In the beginning it's a bit strange feeling, like you have something in your trousers. So okay, stop a moment, because the funny thing is, walk normal and look around. Just walk like it's sunny day, you know. Walk normal. Yeah. What I see now is this. Look. I exaggerated, but now I see this. Yeah? Just before, when you were focusing on this, I saw this. Just one straight line. Yeah? So try it again. Just pressure walking. Let's call it pressure walking. So, and in this process, so if I walk, I can also do the technique. But it doesn't drop your walking. You can just every time do the knee. But okay, now look. Again, it's just an example of principle, but it's also, look, when we are fighting with each other, and I want to knee him in a traditional way, this is going to happen. Because he feels already, oh, there's something coming. But if I do this, there's no feel, because there is no movement before the movement. Now there is movement before the movement. You see? But if I just do, there is no movement here. you are going to try is to use the principles we just did by ourselves with a partner. And we use for that the exercise of point contact. So this is, do you know continuous movement? And then if you just one thing on your Facebook, continuing dance. And then contact improvisation. That is it. Continuing movement is something else. Yeah. So this exercise is more or less the same, but we first use the concept of rolling, like we did on the floor. So the pressure of him, so if he makes a movement, then I'm not going back or something. I need to come out of his pressure by rolling. But he also needs to roll again. So we roll, roll. And then we go to the elbow, for example. It doesn't matter. Just roll. I can create something with my, but only rolling. Yeah, only rolling. So maybe sometimes it's more logical to do this, but you're not allowed to do it. So pressure, I roll. I roll. I roll. Only roll. Elbow. Maybe you can come with a shoulder. Yeah, but only rolling. Rolling. Go back to the arm. Roll. Yeah? Okay, fine. Go ahead. Okay. Now we go to the sliding stuff. That's a bit more risky for some of you, because what I'm doing, I'm just leaning towards him, and from here I slide down to the floor. So I just create something, and he needs to create something for me, because I'm just sliding down to the floor. So I slide, then I'm coming up, and for me it's my task, so if he slides, I need to create a platform for him to be able to slide down. Yeah? That's all. Okay, go. Go ahead. Most of you, something like this. So you start, and then there is an open space and you fall down. That's not sliding. Sliding means that from the beginning, I have contact. All the time I have contact because maybe I have to do something with him. If I don't have contact with the body, I don't know where it is. Yeah? Okay, go. So, what I would like you to do now is, by the way, I see in some of you, when you have to go down like this, a bit like it's very funny because in neuroscience there is actually proof that falling down and rolling has a connection with your balance center. So a lot of people who are overstressed, they have a problem with this part of the body, so with balance center. So it's actually very logical that in the Russian system you put a lot of time in rolling around, not only to learn how to roll, but it teaches you to control your balance center. It's very logical from a stress physiology point of view. So falling down is an issue. So if you, it's really, I see some of you then, oh this is good, this is good, this is good, but then, and then the slide, oh yeah. So it's not a problem. Just be conscious of it. Yeah. Okay. For now, I want you to do well. Let's see. So you start with the hands, roll around. But if you have something like this, go with the flow. But from here, we just can continue because he has still contact with me. So I can use my feet with it. But you have to stay in contact. Yeah. Sliding. But keep contact. Well, this is yeah. So keep all the time contact and keep on moving. Yeah, keep moving. Rolling. Sliding. Yeah, all the time. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, go ahead. Just fool around the wall, play around. Look. In the beginning you can do this. So if my right hand is working, my left is not doing anything. Yeah? But for now, so when it really goes to a fight, just imagine that he wants to hit my head up, and I'm just fighting him like this. Or like, it's not working. So in this exercise now, I want you to do the same, so just play, but keep your other side. So if this is the contact point, keep your other side also active. Just move with it. So if you need to switch to there, it's directly there. But if I move here, so move here, but my knee's coming up with that, no. I'm always too late. So and no matter how fast your reaction is, a reaction is always too late. Because that's what it is, reaction. So he has to do something, and then I do it. So I would like to move a bit more proactive. So not reactive, proactive. That means here, I'm already there. So if I need to switch, I'm already there. Yeah? So keep your whole body active. So even if the contact point is only there, also the other part of my body is just doing something. Yeah? Okay, go. And be conscious of it.